Aloha kako to all of you here gathered for another year, another festive year with us here at the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement and our annual Native Hawaiian Convention. Today, to continue our discussion about OLA, the Empowering Ōiwi Leadership Award, we have the newest trustee at Kamehameha Schools, Dr. Noelani Goodyear-Ka'ōpua. And Dr. Goodyear-Ka'ōpua has been known by many things. Of course, she's a daughter, right? And she's a Kamehameha Schools alumni, class of 1992. One of my favorites, by the way. Yeah. Don't tell the other ones, though. Yeah. She's also a charter school founder, right? And has been a teacher at that level of teaching in our K-12 system. She's also a professor at the University of Hawaii at Manoa in the Department of Political Science there. And she's also an inspiration for one of my favorite mele, Nā Pu'uwai Haukila o Ke Alo Nui. Yes, today we have joining us again, Dr. Goodyear-Ka'ōpua. Aloha, Noelani.
Aloha, Mehana, mahalo nui. Yep. And at home, I'm just the one who drives the kids around and scrubs the toilets.
That's right. Her most important role is, of course, mama, right? To some amazing kids, right? And your Kane too. Yeah, I'm sure you have to, keep him. Yeah. And he's getting his doctorate too. Pretty soon.
Yeah, he's working on it with a whole cohort of amazing educators that are all kahele dukelo, kalekua ka'eo.
I was supposed to be in that cohort, maybe next one. But I'm so excited. I'm excited about that cohort. So shout out to you, Imai, and we're kako nui. But today we wanted to talk about, and actually that's a great segue into OLA and this concept of Ōiwi leadership. And not only the concept, but the way of trying to get that out there in our communities. A year ago, we were approached by Kamehameha Schools and Alapaki Nahale'a, who was here at that time, who really had a vision of recognizing what Ōiwi leadership looked like in all of the different communities that we have, right? We always say from ke kaha to ke kaha, right? What does Ōiwi leadership look like in all those communities? And over the past year, it's given us a great opportunity, both Kamehameha Schools and us at the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement, a great opportunity to hear the answer to that call. What does that look like in your community? And we have gotten over 300 nominations and have been able to award over 300 kanaka with that recognition. Right, the recognition that comes from the community themselves, right, being put forward. So important, right? And so that's a little bit background on how it started, right? But we brought Dr. Goodyear-Ka'ōpua here today, or Trustee Goodyear-Ka'ōpua.
Just Noi.
I always force titles upon our kanaka because it's the whole village. When we say Dr. Goodyear-Ka'ōpua, it's the mother, the father, the grandparents, the kids, everybody that it took to kako that, right? Please indulge me and let me call you Dr. Goodyear-Ka'ōpua. I'll call you Noelani later.
Syllables.
Yeah. It is it's a mouthful. But what, for you, why do you think it's important for us to recognize leadership in our communities from the community perspective? Or why do you think this is important?
I think it's important because there's such a beautiful diversity of Kanaka leadership, of Ōiwi leaders who are working across islands, across all kinds of fields. And I love how the program invites people to lift each other up, lift up the people in your community who you see that are doing great things and who probably go about their day-to-day work just in service,
Right.
But now get to see, the work that I do means something to other people. And so when I look at the awardees so far, the people who have been nominated, I just feel so grateful to be alive in this moment where there are so many amazing Kanaka who are, working in every field, like doing work on county councils, creating digital education, entrepreneurship, businesses, people who are protecting aina, educators, people who have been like slogging away in teaching and running schools for decades. Like, it's just really beautiful to see the diversity of all of our Ōiwi leaders lifted up and highlighted.
And that's and what she's referring to is, if any of you go to ōiwileaders.com, go to ōiwileaders.com, and that's where you can see the beautiful faces of our Ōiwi leaders, and also the things that motivate them, drive them to do what it is that they're doing in their communities. And you get to see them span not only the pai'aina, but like Noi said, I called her Noi one time, just a variety of areas that they come from, from here. And little known fact, Dr. Goodyear-Ka'ōpua was herself nominated by community members. Before she became a trustee, she was nominated by community members who put her name up more than once, in fact, to be an Ōiwi leader in here. And is that for you? You've been recognized as so many different things over your lifespan. What does it mean to be recognized by your community?
That's the most important recognition, to get to know that you're, like I said, to know that your work means something to people. To me, I don't want to really talk about my nomination. I would love to talk about the people that I nominated.
No, and that's the next step too, was you were able to, again, before she was a trustee, she was able to nominate other people that you saw. And so as a nominator, right, we don't usually get that opportunity to uplift in that particular way, right? What did that mean to you to be able to do that?
Well, the timing of it too, because when the nominations were opened, it was really kind of after we had just been through a year and a half of COVID, right? So like people were both struggling, but also you saw this outpouring of love and support of people in our communities doing things to lift up others, right? So one of the people that I just felt really moved to nominate at that time was the po'okumu of the kula that my kiki are at, and that's Anuenue in Palolo, Babayim. And like through that first year and a half of COVID, I mean, educators just have gone through so much. And here was a school leader that I saw who was bending over backwards to really accommodate what every family felt comfortable with, while providing quality education, maka'olelo Hawaii, to our keiki. So, not compromising the vision of Kaiapuni, but also making it possible for some families still felt they wanted to have their keiki at home for a long time. Some families felt really comfortable with digital everyday learning. For my Imai and I, we really wanted our keiki to be on the aina, so we didn't want them to be just in front of a screen 8 hours a day.
Right.
So he really made it possible for the range of all of the desires of the families for their keiki, to do what we felt was best, while still committing to that. And
that was a great nomination. A couple of parents actually put forth, shout out to Baba Yim, class of 91, Kamehameha schools, right? It's weird. I'm not an alumni, but I know everybody's graduation class. Yeah, you can quiz me later. But that was a great nomination to put forward. Again, it's those unsung kind of leaders who are in the trenches, right, during one of the most difficult times in our lifetime. Right, in our lifetime, this is probably one of the most difficult times that the world has faced. And you have examples like this that kind of come out, and then you're able to come behind that and uplift that even further.
I was thinking about how Kamehameha School's Kea'au campus, they have this theme, this model of Ōiwi Edge, and thinking about all the various edges that our people are pushing, the creative and innovative ways that we're, whether, like you said, it's in website design or creating videos or, revitalizing traditional practices like kapa making or weaving. Or I'm thinking about, as a paddler, like I'm thinking about some of my friends that I know who have been running family-run canoe clubs their entire lives, or who are keeping alive the art of carving and maintaining koa canoes. So many different ways like our people are leading and contributing back. So if you see someone that that you think they're doing valuable work that could be lifted up even more with a little bit of support, nominate them. You can go on the website and nominate them.
At oivleaders.com.
Yeah.
Or come to the CNHA website at hawaiiancouncil.org. Yeah. Oh, mahalo for that. Mahalo for that. Now, I want you all to go onto your phones right now, right? Go on either to the hawaiiancouncil.org and or oivleaders.com. Scroll down to the nominate key. It'll take you about 10 minutes to complete the nomination, right? For some of you who want to write mo'olelo, it'll take maybe a little while longer, but it's an easy application or nomination form to fill out. So please go ahead and do that right now. And let's celebrate along with this week-long of festivities here in Waikiki, Oahu. Yeah, let's take a moment to think about who has impacted our lives, who it is that we can help uplift, right? Go to that website and nominate them. You have also experienced, hopefully, as you came into Waikiki this week, right? We did a Waikiki takeover, and all those banners that you see of all those Kanaka Maoli, right, are part of OLA. They're OLA awardees, right? And they're recognized for the work that they're doing in their communities. And we really wanted to showcase excellence, Native Hawaiian excellence, this week, and as much as we can, right? We wish this whole week could spread across the whole year. But if you give us a week, this is what we're gonna do with it, and hope that you are all inspired when you leave this convention to go back to your homes, go back to your loved ones, right? And perpetuate that excellence within your own ohana. Yeah, so from us, thank you so much.
Mahalo
Trustee
nui.
Goodyear-Ka'ōpua,
Mahalo
and all of our support and love up to you and your fellow trustees and the administration of Kamehameha Schools for the incredible lift that you guys are doing for our lahui, and that you continue to do, and we wish you guys all the best. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Mahalo nui Mehana, and mahalo for being a partner in this OLA awards program and highlighting all of the amazing people who are doing great work in our community. We are only gonna get there if we all go together.
Oh yeah, no. Mahalo nui.
Mahalo.
Ahui ho kako.